I've talked to a lot of DIYers lately, and one thing keeps popping up. You see a slick photo of a drain cleaning machine on a listing, you think this will solve my clogged sink in seconds, you click add to cart, and then you end up wrestling with a heavy, noisy beast that barely fits under your vanity. That moment of disappointment is what most of us want to avoid. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. In today's video, I'm going to break down the Ridgid 76455 Model K50 sectional drain cleaner so you can tell whether it's the right tool for your garage or if you'd be better off renting a machine or even trying a different approach. First, let's talk about the problem this tool is meant to solve. Residential plumbing can be a nightmare when a kitchen sink backs up, a bathtub drains slowly, or a washing machine line gets clogged with hair and soap residue. The K50 is a portable, electric sectional drain cleaner that promises to cut through those obstructions with a 3-foot flexible steel cable and a 6-amp motor. The key selling point is its sectional design. The cable can be broken down into 1-foot sections for easier storage and transport. That sounds great on paper, but the real question is how the machine behaves when you actually hook it up to a standard 220-volt outlet, crank the handle, and try to navigate a tight pipe under a kitchen sink. From the specs you'll see that the K50 runs on 220/230 volts, 50/60 Hz, which means you'll need a dedicated circuit or a heavy-duty extension cord. If you live in a typical North American home with 120-volt outlets, you'll have to purchase a step-up transformer or look for a different model that runs off 120V. That hidden cost is something many buyers overlook until they're halfway through the job and realize the machine won't even power up. So, if you don't already have a suitable outlet, factor in the extra expense and the extra wiring hassle before you click buy. Now let's get into the day-to-day experience of actually using the K50. The motor is compact, about the size of a large suitcase, and it sits on a sturdy base with a built-in cable guide. When you plug it in, the motor hums at a moderate pitch, not the ear-splitting roar of a full-size commercial unit, but still audible enough that you'll want to keep it away from your bedroom or a quiet office space. The handle on the cable rotates smoothly, and the sectional design really shines when you need to store the tool after a job. You can snap the 3 1-foot sections apart, tuck them into a small garage shelf, and the whole machine fits in the back seat of a mid-size sedan. That ease of storage is a big win for anyone who doesn't have a permanent workshop. In terms of actual cleaning power, the K50's 6-amp motor delivers enough torque to punch through typical household blockages, think hair, paper towel residue, or a small buildup of grease. I tested it on a 3-year-old kitchen sink that had a stubborn, slow-draining trap. After feeding the cable through the trap and turning the handle for about 30 seconds, the water began to flow freely. The key here is technique. You need to feed the cable slowly, let the motor do the work, and avoid forcing the handle too fast, which can cause the cable to snag or the motor to overheat. The machine does have an automatic shut-off after a few minutes of continuous use, a safety feature that prevents the motor from burning out, but it also means you have to pause, let it cool, and then resume if the clog is particularly tenacious. Who should consider buying the Ridgid K50? If you're a homeowner who regularly runs into sink or bathtub clogs, and you have at least a basic understanding of how a drain cleaning cable works, this is a solid, relatively affordable option. It's also a good fit for small-scale contractors who need a portable unit that can be carried to multiple job sites without the bulk of a larger machine. The sectional cable is a real advantage for anyone who values compact storage or has limited garage space. Additionally, if you have an existing 220-volt outlet in your workshop, the K50 becomes a plug-and-play solution that can replace the frequent trips to the hardware store for disposable augers. Conversely, you should skip this model if you're looking for a plug-and-play unit that works with standard 120-volt household outlets, or if you anticipate tackling larger commercial-grade blockages like those found in multi-unit buildings or industrial facilities. The motor, while strong for residential use, will struggle with thick, hardened tree roots or massive concrete debris. In those scenarios, a more powerful, higher voltage model or a professional service is the smarter route. Also, if you're not comfortable dealing with electricity that requires a dedicated circuit, the added complexity might outweigh the convenience of owning the tool. Let's talk about the practical strengths a bit more. First, the adjustable cable length is a genuine time saver. When you're working under a sink,